The chestnut-collared longspur is an endangered species that can be found in several places in North America, including Manitoba. The Committee on the Status of Endangered Wildlife in Canada, also known as COSWIC, designated the chestnut-collared longspur as threatened in November of 2009. Its status was re-examined and designated endangered in November of 2019. The chestnut-collared longspur, which is scientifically known as Calcareous ornatus, is a eukaryotic species in the animal kingdom. It is part of the chordate phylum, the Aves class, the Passeriformes order, the Calocardae family, and the longspur genus. The chestnut-collared longspur resides in the northern and southern grasslands, which are naturally occurring areas where vegetation is dominated by grasses. During the winter months, they migrate in flocks towards Mexico and southern parts of the United States. From February through April, they start migrating north towards their breeding grounds. Chestnut-collared longspurs are the smallest longspur. They range from 13 to 16.5 centimeters in length and weigh roughly 18 to 25 grams. The chestnut-collared longspur has a long, slender claw protruding from the hind toe and a small cone-shaped beak. Males can be easily distinguished from females by their black and white plumage and the deep chestnut patch on their neck. Their wings and tail measure significantly longer than those of the females. Female chestnut-colored longspurs are relatively plain, with sparrow-like features, grayish plumage, and dusky streaks. Chestnut-colored longspurs have several unique behaviors. They often bob their heads while they walk and frequently bathe in puddles and dust. While flying, the birds will fight each other with their wings, feet, and beak. Males will threaten each other by stretching their necks and raising their bills away. Females will attack other intruding females as well. These birds spend most of their time walking quietly among grasses foraging for food. They are territorial during breeding season, but may leave their territory for foraging trips. In the winter months, they will migrate south. Males attract females with a song display where they fly 50 feet off the ground, spread their tail, circle, and descend, all while singing. They are socially monogamous and often nest twice each summer. Chestnut-colored longspurs are sexually reproductive. Females will excavate and build a nest on the ground. They will lay 3 to 5 eggs, which are then incubated for 11 to 13 days. The record for the longest life of a chestnut-collared longspur is 4 years. The age of first breeding is unknown. In the summer, these birds feed mostly on invertebrate, which helps control the population of herbivorous insects. In the winter, they feed and disperse seeds, which increases plant reproduction. The birds are beneficial to agriculture because they tend to feed on grasshoppers, which are harmful to crops. Chestnut-collared longspurs do not negatively affect humans. These birds can carry fleas, bowfly larvae, mites, chewing lice, and brown-headed cowbirds. They have many predators, including but not limited to Cooper's hawks, burrowing owls, coyotes, northern harriers, western rattlesnakes, American crows, merlins, loggerhead shrikes, striped skunks, long-tailed weasels, deer mice, pine snakes, badgers, garter snakes, red foxes, and some species of squirrels. The biggest threat to these birds has been the loss and fragmentation of native prairie grassland. The remaining patches of grassland offer suboptimal breeding conditions for the chestnut-colored longspurs. The patches are too small for the birds to thrive. Road development, construction, and disturbances from oil and gas development have also cost the species their home. All this damage to their breeding grounds reduces reproduction. As stated before, the chestnut-collared longspur's diet is invertebrate heavy. The decline of the species leads to overpopulation of these pests, including those that are harmful to surrounding agriculture. Overpopulation of pests is detrimental to the ecosystem and surrounding farms. Unfortunately, there is not much being done to improve the population size of this species in Manitoba. For now, Environment and Climate Change Canada is working to restore and maintain the remaining patches of breeding grounds. There are habitat monitoring programs that ensure the chestnut-collared longspur's habitat is being monitored throughout its range. These same programs monitor the species distribution and reproductive success.